What's the shadow you're most focused on?
Well, it's in the U.S. banking sector. And we were talking about whether SVB and Signature Bank are idiosyncratic issues. I don't think they're idiosyncratic issues. I think there is a broader problem. There's some very specific things that went wrong at those two banks. But if you take a step back, let's take stock of what's happening as the Fed is raising rates. First of all, depositors have other options. And if you look at the online savings rate, for example, it is much higher than what you're getting on your checking accounts or your savings accounts. So depositors are looking for other options. And as a result, as those deposits go out, the banks are having to sell their either available for sale securities, or now the fears that they're going to have to sell some of their held to maturity securities. And that means a new wave of markdowns. So this is systemic, or at least it's broad-based, and this is why I think the market is having a hard time saying, yes, this is it, this is over, because what we've seen is sort of a patchwork, a piecemeal approach of regulation, and we said the depositors of these two institutions don't have to worry about their deposits, and we sort of have an implicit guarantee, but implicit may not be enough.
Next steps, Federal Reserve meets next week. If they met today and had to make that decision, what on earth would they do?
I mean, it is such a coin toss, but the more I thought about it this week, the more I think they have to pause. It is a very different story, I think, in the U.S. versus the ECB. The ECB has pre-committed to 50 basis points, and the ECB can look at all the capital ratios and liquidity ratios of their banks and say, our banking system is fine, and our rates are not at 4.75%, and Credit Suisse is truly unique and different. But you look at the U.S. and you say the banking system broadly is experiencing strain under these level of rates. And, you know, the confidence signal of 25 basis points, I don't really think that goes that far. The biggest signal of confidence would be to say we are attuned to the issue. We want to take the time to make sure we have the right approach in place before we resume the rate hiking cycle. To me, that would be the best approach.